This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of Edmonton Oilers discussion. And hey, stick around. There's going to be a second upload today. My goodness, yeah, I know it's 5:23 and that sounds like a lie, but I'm not kidding here. There was enough to come out of that Ken Holland press conference for stuff I want to cover. I don't have to cover it all, and I'm not going to because, my goodness, guys, at one point Zoom wasn't working for him, so that chewed up about 3 minutes. But let's get to it, right? Simply put, we've had an interesting day here in Oilers land, obviously kick-started by Ken Holland having his Zoom media availability today. The problem being, though, much bigger news coming out of Oilers land today. Off the farm, yes, but still an Oiler that's played several games this season for us, Colby Cave. Let me get you the most recent update because I'm sure there's probably one more than I have read as of late. So let me get this officially. Colby Cave was admitted to hospital today, so let's get this here. As we'll start from the top 5 hours ago. Oilers and Condors forward Colby Cave has been placed in a medically induced coma and admitted to the critical care unit at Sunnybrook Hospital in Toronto after suffering a brain bleed overnight. And then the Oilers went on to carry on and say, please keep Colby and his wife Emily in your thoughts and prayers at this time. Obviously, that is what I saw about 5 hours ago. That's what I posted on the community tab, and some of you have already reacted and sent your well wishes as well here online. So, Emily Cave provided this update on Colby via Instagram last night. Last night and today have been the worst days of my life. Colby is currently in surgery and they are fighting to keep him alive. We need a miracle, and please pray for my husband and best friend. So, guys, already a very rough, challenging time for anybody right now. And then you have something like this going, and tough. Absolutely terrible situation. Although then we got an update about 47 minutes ago, so right before I was able to get to the Ken Holland media availability and start watching that. Oilers and Condors forward Colby Cave is out of emergency surgery at Sunnybrook Hospital in Toronto. Doctors removed a colloid cyst that was causing pressure on his brain. He remains in a medically induced coma. Emily and his friends ask for family ask for continued thoughts and prayers at this time. So there you go. That is your news on Colby Cave. I did not want to sit here and do a whole video on that. I did not feel that was appropriate, but I knew that we did have to start the first upload of the day with that. It's heavy news. It's heavy times. Ladies and gentlemen, though, the worst part about our world, no matter how you cut it, is whatever's going on out your front door, life carries on. And this is a terrible example of life carrying on and an absolutely terrible time for such a thing to happen. So my thoughts, my prayers out to Colby Cave, his family, his wife Emily, and everybody involved. And, well, to the medical staff fighting, like Emily said, to keep him alive at this point. So, with that, there was some news out of the Ken Holland media availability update today, and I just wanted to bring you the updates on the other players. This is, if you're kind of wondering why I grouped it this way, there's two different groupings I have for these videos today. Simply put, I didn't want to put out 5 3-minute videos. That just seems like a little bit of an overkill on Tuesday. And of course, I thought grouping the player updates together would be a good idea this afternoon. So, we'll start with Philip Broberg, who we've already had this update now confirmed in video by Ken Holland. He is on tape saying this. He hopes Philip Broberg will be coming to camp, training camp, whenever that is, whatever it looks like, however it happens kind of deal. If it happens is kind of the apprehension as well at this point. And the interesting part he notes is maybe force his way into the lineup via playing in preseason games. So essentially, if he comes to training camp, impresses enough to get into preseason games, and then, I mean, with a prospect of this caliber, a top 10 draft pick, you just never know what's going to happen come camp, right? Ladies and gentlemen, we saw Ethan Bear, after a couple years pro, force his way into a top 4 D role on the Oilers. That's not crazy, but I mean, to say that Philip Broberg can't do that after 1 year pro in Sweden would be kind of throwing ideas out the window before you actually think about them kind of deal. So we'll see. Obviously, probably not the preferred step, as plan seems to be, as I learned how to say, Sheleftia. It's not Skeleftia, A-I-K, it's Sheleftia. A-I-K is how Mr. Ken Holland's been saying it in the video, so that's good news there. So that's your update right there on Philip Broberg. Now, The secondary update is on the other player. The third update, sorry, we've already had Colby Cave, now Philip Broberg. The third update is that it is official. You saw it on Oilers social media earlier today. The Oilers are in on Anton Slepyshev. And the other side here, there's an interesting nugget in the next video as well out of what Ken Holland just kind of said under his breath kind of deal at the end of a sentence, or however you want to say it, put it towards the end of what he was saying so as it is an actual big news, is the interest is official in Slepyshev. I've already said that, but he met with Anton with a couple other guys and has made an offer. That's the big nugget in this video, is that the Oilers have made an offer to Anton Slepyshev. So, interesting go, right? We've already talked, we're at 50 contracts now. I think as far as I understand the CBA, as far as I understand the NHL rules, is you can't sign a pro player to play this season anyway, so this would be for next season, whenever and if next season takes place. So there you go. That's your update on Cave, Broberg, and Slepyshev, kind of adding to what we already knew and adding a little bit of optimism to what we kind of maybe suspected or didn't know. So guys, again, absolutely, I mean, it's a terrible time, and everybody on this planet needs to pull together and have their thoughts as a collective. But then there's also the other situations, the extraordinary situations like the one Colby Cave and his family are going through right now, and you got to feel for that. So definitely, if you, I don't know what there really is to do about it other than keep them in your thoughts and prayers this evening and moving forward. So I'm not that kind of guy, but at this point, guys, it ain't gonna hurt. I'm Tyson, this is Dolynny TV. I will catch you in the next one.